show 60 left from now.
What? And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kyle the Pug Sports Review Show, episode number 30 we're on, I believe. I think it might be number 30, but I'm not sure. But I'll have to go back and check after the show is over. But I believe we're on episode number 30. So if I'm wrong, oh well, whatever. But anyways, guys, welcome to the show. I am Kyle the Pug, a.k.a. Kyle Lodi, the host, the most, the man with the plan. And we got all the sports topics for you to talk about here today in this 30-minute episode. So that being said, let's get started with today's show. So, of course, I have Cowboy Nick here with me. Say hello.
How y'all doing? What's your name? Cowboy Nick. Cowboy Nick. Cowboy Nick. Don't need to start. Cowboy Nick. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, ladies? What's up, ladies? What's going on? Hey, have a good time. Play around. We'll do a little house, a little fun. And then later on, we'll go back to the house and just say, hey. Oh, hey. Oh, how y'all doing?
All right, in other words, Cowboy Nick is really thirsty right now. But anyways, let's get on with today's show. So, that being said, we are going to be talking about the MLB playoffs and what's been going on there. And also, we got some Hockeytown later on as well. But we are going to talk about what happened in Week 6 in the NFL. We'll just name off some random games and we give out our thoughts and impressions on it. So, here we go. So, I wanted to talk about an upset that happened over the weekend, first off. And the Dolphins winning against the Steelers at home. So what'd you think about that? 30-15.
Well, I saw that game. I was saying to myself, and this is another dimension. Did we go just back to the future and just like see finally the Dolphins actually being a stronger team than they are? I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I was standing up, but I was unconscious.
Wait, you were standing up, but you were unconscious. How does that make any sense?
I don't know, but that's what I felt like. People were talking to me, Nick, how you doing?
Maybe you're just brain dead, not unconscious. Because if you were unconscious, you wouldn't be talking at all.
Yeah, I was like basically like you're saying. I just couldn't believe that the Dolphins did this, and I just said to myself, I was like, how does this happen?
All right, another game I want to discuss is the Redskins over the Eagles by a touchdown. Now, the Redskins possibly going to be a team to beat in the NFC East, or does it still belong to the Cowboys?
I still say it belongs to the Cowboys, but it just shows that the Redskins can win a game, and they can do it in front of their home crowd, so that's pretty amazing. But remember this, we still have all season to go through, and remember, it's just one game, so don't crowd out the Eagles yet.
All right, and speaking of the Cowboys, they came into Lambeau and knocked off Green Bay by 2 touchdowns. So, Dak Prescott threw for 247 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, once again, he puts on a spectacular performance.
Yes, but there is still one team that when they do play, put on a very big performance, and yes, everyone knows this. It's the Vikings, so we'll have to see what happens there.
Yeah, because the Vikings are the only undefeated team left here in the NFL. And speaking of, well, actually, no, the Vikings had a bye this week, so I can't really talk about them. So the Raiders, on the other hand, they're still having some issues at home, dropping to 4-2 after losing to the Chiefs.
Yes, well, it's the Chiefs, so it's like your greatest rival, and I knew that the Chiefs were going to when it comes to the Chiefs and the Raiders, the Chiefs are always bloodthirsty. The Chiefs hate the Raiders. You can talk to some of the Chiefs fans, and they'll tell you, we hate the Raiders. The Raiders suck. And what they did to the Raiders, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders have had, they won a game at home, but they're 4-2, but they mostly won all their games on the road. So, I mean, it's definitely a long way away from, the end of the season, so they have anything they can, they still have time to change some things around, turn it around here at home. So, And speaking of home teams, the Seahawks won against the Falcons. A very close battle, too, 26-24.
Yes, it was very, very close. But what I was surprised about was the fact that how they won it too.
Yeah, Hauschka's 44. Yeah, Hauschka's 44-yard field goal with 157 remaining.
Yeah, and you just look at this and they're just like, when you see something like that, you're like, wow.
And speaking of, we're going to talk about some offensive teams here really quick. And the first one I want to talk about, of course, the Panthers and the Saints. And we'll get to the Panthers here in a bit. But the Saints and Drew Brees, Drew Brees looked like he hasn't lost his touch. He threw for 465 yards and 4 touchdowns. With, of course, Will Lutz kicking a 52-yard field goal, of course, with in the final 2 minutes of the game to put them ahead for good. And going to the Panthers here really quick. And here's an interesting stat for you. The Panthers, since their Super Bowl woes, they are 1-5. 1-5 in the regular season. And guess who was the last team to appear in the Super Bowl and start 1-5? Wait for it. The 2004 Carolina Panthers, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, their own team, their own squad. And that's
they're trying to break a record.
No, I don't think they're trying to break a record going the bad direction, obviously.
Yeah, pretty much. But they're like, okay, let's break this record and let's do it.
And speaking of offensive teams, the Patriots, how about them again? Gronk, 162 yards and a touchdown. Tom Brady, 29 of 35, 376 yards, 3 touchdowns, and LeGarrette Blount actually contributed a bit too, and yeah, they just dominated the Bengals, as you kind of expected.
Well, again, he comes out and when he gets back on the field, like everyone's all like, "What about the Patriots? What about the Rangers?" And then all of a sudden, you see Tom Brady come out on the field, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, vaccine man."
Well, I can tell you this, though. I think it's safe to say, even for 39 years old, Tom Brady still hasn't lost his touch.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people just say that the Patriots, what they should do is just let Tom Brady, even not put pads on, just let him go out there and just scare the other team, and then make the other team forfeit.
All right, and speaking of teams that have woes right now, I talked about the Panthers here for a little while. The 49ers are still suffering as well, as they get just absolutely demolished by Buffalo, allowing 45 points, especially on their end. Even with I don't think it. Everybody's saying that Kaepernick was kind of the reason why they lost, and I don't think that was the reason at all whatsoever. The reason why they lost because their defense is just that awful. It literally is.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's not just that, but the offensive ground game sucks. And you can see, and when you watch that, when you saw that game on Sunday, you're looking at that, and you're like.
And LaShawn McCoy just pretty much had a field day. 140 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's basically top caliber field day status right there.
Yeah, and I heard there was a guy. Someone told me there was a guy at the game. And all he did was basically he went out there with a Bills jersey, he scratched himself, drank a beer, and just smiled at every time the Bills got a touchdown.
Must have been an overweight person.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm hearing from. But you think about that, you go to a game and everyone else is screaming and yelling. The guy's just sitting there with a beer and just wearing his Buffalo jersey and just sitting there with a beer and maybe some nachos, just sitting there watching the game and just sitting there eating his food and just watching everyone and scratching himself and just watching the game. That right there, I will say this, that right there is a true fan because he doesn't give a shit about what's going on around him. He's just there enjoying what's in front of him. That's a true fan.
Well, maybe for you it might be a true fan, but anyways. Okay, I've got moving on. Really to a couple more games here, really quick. The Texans won in overtime against the Colts, and now the Colts are still struggling on the road. Well, that's really nothing new because they've been struggling for the past month now on the road. So the Texans won in overtime. Nick Novak made a 33-yard field goal to give them the victory, 26-23, and Osweiler actually did really good, though, I'm not going to lie. But going on to Monday Night Football here, the Cardinals just upended the Jets, 28-3.
Pretty much. The Cardinals came in there and they just were at home and they basically just went in there and just, beat the crap out of them. They didn't just beat the Jets, they beat the crap out of the Jets, so.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened in that game. So, moving on, switching gears here really quick since we hit the first mark of the show, we are going to discuss of what happened here for last night's game in, of course, the Major League Baseball Championship Series going to the NLCS and the ALCS. But we're going to start with the ALCS, and the Blue Jays are pretty much staying alive here in this series, and they won 5-1 last night against the Indians. So, could this mean they could win a couple of games and maybe try to get a comeback going, or what's the thought process behind here?
Well, they could. They are home. They are in front of a home crowd. They are having motivation because it's 3-1. For Christ's sake, but you can't count out the Blue Jays and you can't count out the Indians with the fact that they are a hard-hitting team. They are a very powerful team.
But here's the thing, though: the Blue Jays are going to be at home for one more game, and then Game 6 and 7, the last two will be in Cleveland.
That's correct, and they go back to Joe and have their good luck behind them. But the fact is, the Blue Jays are showing people, hey, you can knock us down and turn us around, punch us in the face, and call us down. But we can we can just get back up and have a couple of black eyes, go back out on that field and just beat the crap out of you.
Or as their season motto goes. How did it go? Oh yeah, we'd rather get punched in May than in October. That's how it went.
Yeah, pretty much. And look who is pitching for him too. He's like, this guy's been pitching pretty well. I mean, it's not good. It's not too good, but he did pitch a pretty good game. So.
Well, your boy Corey Kluber got the loss in that game as well.
Yeah, Kluber.
The one who dominated against your Cardinals, who you so long hated for like the past, year and a half.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, I saw the Cardinal season this year. I know. I already.
You guys failed. That's what happened.
I've gone through some pain this year, losing my girlfriend and then having my team lose and all that shit. Losing my girlfriend to a guy who looks like a sex offender and fucking drives an old school 1991 Toyota that fucking blows smoke out the back end and can't run right.
Okay, that's a little too much personal info there, cowboy. You don't want that on the show.
You think about that, you lose your girlfriend and your fucking team loses too, so you're like, fuck, 2-1.
Yeah. So, so going back to the game here really quick, what do you see the Blue Jays doing in the next game? Do you see them still recovering? Do you see them winning, forcing Game 6, or what have you? Or do the Indians finish this off tonight to go to the World Series? What do you think?
I think it's going to go either way. I'm hoping to see the Indians have a better game than they did. They may lose, but I still want to see them have a better game. And with the Blue Jays, I want to see from them. I want to see a strong play. I want to see the Blue Jays. If they're going down, I want them to go down. I want them to go down swinging and just it's like we may lose this, but I want them to go down and still have their fans love them.
All right, personally, I think the Indians are going to go to the World Series, but they're not going to win tonight. I think the Blue Jays are going to force Game 6 at Cleveland. And I think the Indians will have home field advantage throughout the next couple of days after the Blue Jays win, though. That's what I personally think.
Yeah, and for me, the only thing I have to say is this. If the Blue Jays do make it to the World Series, I'm going to say this to myself.
It's going to take a miracle.
And pretty much it's going to be like Miracle on Miracle on 31st Street. This is what that's going to. This is going to be Miracle in Rogers Arena.
All right, so going on to the other game now. We have, of course, the Cubs and the Dodgers. That was Game 3 was last night in the NLCS, and let's just say Rich Hill dominated the whole Cubs offensive lineup, holding them to at least 2 hits in 6 innings with, I believe, 5 strikeouts, something like that. But he just absolutely just dominated.
He basically, and I was saying this to myself last night watching this game, he basically bent them over and made the Cubs bitch. So.
Yeah, and especially against, who the Dodgers were going up against was Jake Arrieta, who pitched a no-hitter last time he was at Dodger Stadium, but that seems like ancient history now after what happened.
And then what's his name, Rivera broke his bat and fucking...
Oh, Rizzo, you mean?
Yeah, Rizzo.
Yeah, Anthony Rizzo.
I can't remember his name. It's like I was like tired that night, so I thought it was thinking, why did I think it Rivera? I don't know. Fuck.
Rizzo. Yeah, Anthony Rizzo shattered his bat on one play, and then he made it aboard safely. And when everybody was like using the shift.
Yeah, and then fucking what happens then? What happens? He fucking tries to go for the fucking second base and fucking like get knocked out.
No, I remember Dexter Fowler catching a fly ball and knocking into his teammate in right field, so that was almost a miscommunication. That could have been kind of dangerous there for 2 purposes. 1, the ball could have dropped, and then 2, for injury purposes, too.
Yeah, no kidding, but like, honestly, I was thinking to myself, the Cubs are just like, I was just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, Matt, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get your head on. Shit.
All right, so basically what we're looking at, of course, with tonight's game, of course, the John Lackey against Julio Urias, this game is going to determine if the Cubs still have it in them.
Pretty much, but the one thing I'm going to say this about the Dodgers, and I know the Dodgers are doing good, but for the one thing I'm saying this, I just have to, for the pitchers, so the Dodgers are going to have pitching in the next games. I don't think that they should be on the field that night. They should be maybe in the gym or at home doing some exercises and getting themselves prepared for that game. Because I was looking at the game, at the last game before this, when they had Kershaw pitching. Kershaw got a little exhausted too quick, and I think when you have people like that and you have your pitchers,
listen. Okay, I can tell you why Kershaw gets He's been a beast through the playoffs, but when you have a lot of short days rest, then yeah, you got to send your best guys out there no matter what.
Yeah,
especially when it comes in the postseason.
Yeah, but but still there's no excuse for not having your players rested and ready, because in my eyes, even though I have played through high school and I played through Little League, you need your pitchers do need to be rested and they need to be prepared.
In a 7-game series, they will be rested for sure.
Well, like I said, like I wrote on Facebook, and Lux will probably have solved this, that they should have been, they should be either in the, if they're not doing their workouts, they need to be they need to be out there getting a good meal, doing their cool downs, and just getting.
I'm pretty sure they're doing all that too. They have a little pre-game deal that they're doing right now.
Yeah, but still, they still need to, and maybe get themselves get like a really good lunch and just be ready, because in these situations, if you're not ready and you go like when Kershaw was me, he did a good job, but I just thought that he wasn't fully ready, and I thought
he dominated game 2 though. You got to admit that.
He did, but look how many innings because with Kershaw, I've seen him last longer than he did, and
7 innings is good enough for me, especially with those pitches.
Yes, look who's pitching tonight.
Yeah, Urias against Lackey though, and this is going to bring to my next point: who is going to win tonight? Do the Dodgers go up 3-1, or is the series going to tie?
I honestly, I can't tell you on that, because when you look at Urias, when I looked at him last night, I thought to myself he should have been maybe doing some more training and just getting himself ready for today. Because when you look at something like this,
but you got he's motivated though, because the Dodgers are up 2-1 and it takes less pressure off of him.
you could be motivated. I'm not saying it's not bad to be motivated, but you can be motivated and you can still lose, Kyle.
Well, I know that, but still, I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off the kid. I mean, the kid's going to have the home crowd behind him, and he'll be motivated for sure. I'm pretty sure he'll be ready to go. So, I can't really give a pick for tonight's game, but one thing's for sure, though. The Dodgers are winning. The Dodgers are winning this game in a psychological warfare state of mind. Like, they're beating them mentally inside their head. They're getting inside their head. And if they keep doing that early on in the game, then they'll definitely have a great chance of winning tonight's game. If they win tonight's game, then the Cubs are in danger for sure. So, anyways, moving on.
Another thing I have to say.
Okay.
Is I'm just saying this. Just let me say this. I'm also proud of Turner because the fact that Turner is doing a lot better than he has done in the regular season, and with that, Turner, keep doing what you're doing. Cubs, get yourself in line because you have one of the best records in this year. So
best record doesn't mean anything when it comes to postseason. But anyways, guys, we're going to be moving on here to Hockeytown, which is, of course, where Cowboy Nick takes over and talks about all the hottest hockey topics and going on right now. So I'll leave it to you to talk about it. So go for it.
Hi, okay, folks. Welcome to Hockeytown. And what we're going to talk about is a little player known as, everyone knows him, Hossa, and everyone knows who this guy is. Hossa for the Blackhawks last night scores his 500th career goal last night was scored. Blackhawks forward Martin Hossa becomes the 44th player in the NHL history to reach a 500 career goals in Chicago. 4-7 route Philadelphia. Hossa nets a power play backhander through the Flyers' goal. Mitchell Medina's leg and scores his 500th goal in his career. And he's only, like I said, he's only the 44th player in the Blackhawks history to do that. So, and that's pretty amazing. Scoring your 500th goal, scoring 500 and having a record to know to everyone that you have 500 goals in a season. And the season just started, and you've already reached your 500th goal.
Career goal, that is, ladies and gentlemen.
In your career, that's pretty amazing. And last night we also had the Ducks losing to the Devils in New Jersey, so the Devils are now 1-1, and the Ducks are on a record of 0-3, so they've lost all 3 of their games so far. And the Sharks once again are bloodthirsty this year, as we know from their opening game and what they did and what happened with that. Speaking of what happened with that in LA Kings, Quick has been announced. It was announced last night. Quick is to be fined and will not be allowed to play. Will not be allowed to play 7 games. Undisclosed, but they're saying that he will not be allowed to play 7 games this year and have to pay a fine of $677 and pay for the line judge broken leg. And the Sharks last night beating the Islanders in a close game 3-2, and whatever close game that was, the Sharks went out there, just got bloodthirsty and just went out there and shot what they needed to do. The Avalanche losing last night in Washington to the Capitals 3-0, and people are going to be surprised. People are still shocked about this, as they said in the paper this morning. People are literally shocked at the fact that the Penguins went up to Montreal, Canada, and lost 4-0 against the Montreal Canadiens. And people are still shocked about that, as it was said in the Montreal Daily paper. The country of Canada, are pronounced to be the happiest country in the NHL, as our Montreal Canadiens go out there to beat last year, dominating the Wrocław Penguins to a victory. Go Montreal, de la Montreal. that's how it was written, as it was in the Montreal Daily.
Why did you say that in a Russian voice? That's the first thing I want to know. Why did you say that in a Russian voice?
That's how it was written. I'm not saying it. I'm saying it how it was written.
Yeah, you sounded more Russian than you did Canadian.
I'm just telling you that's how it was written.
This Russian noisy nush.
But that's just how it was written.
Yeah, I bet that was.
I was just reading how it was written.
Okay, alright. Okay, he said that like 5 times.
Ukrainian in me, hey, I do have Ukrainian in me, so don't judge.
I never did.
And also last night, another Canadian team beat out the Arizona basically beat out the Phoenix Coyotes 7-4. And the Battle of Florida, which everyone's still laughing about, the Panthers with their new look, they no longer have that regular Panther look. They now have a shield with a Panther on it, kind of like what Kyle has with his pug, but still, we all know that his pug is a vicious animal and bites opponents with great pleasure. But
that was one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life. Not to annoy me, you're just acting stupid again.
Well, I'm Cowboy Nick, so you know how I am.
Cowboy Nick, who doesn't have any brain cells.
I don't have brain cells. They're just sometimes I just don't use them because it hurts. But shut up, Kyle.
That made no sense. That made no sense. What? That made no goddamn sense. Like, how do you use your brain cells and then all of a sudden it hurts you to use them? Like, how?
It's a very long process. I will write you a letter on how that happens. But anyway, the Panthers losing to the Lightning in overtime game, 4-3 shutout. But
I didn't even say one word.
I can still hear you laughing back there.
I haven't even said one word. You're paranoid, dude. Calm down.
I know you too well.
I'm laughing because I'm just telling you that I haven't said one word.
But anyway, the Stars go out and beat the Predators 2-4, which Kyle is a Predator. The Kings go out there and lose to the Wild 6-3. Our major league affiliate, Fort Stockton, the Calgary Flames go out and beat the Sabres in overtime 4-3. The Blackhawks win against the Flyers 7-4, and Tulsa is now has his 500th goal in his career, so that tells you something. The Hurricanes lose to the Edmonton Oilers 3-2, and finally the Blues actually lose a game to the Canucks. But let me just tell you something about this. The Blues have already been. The St. Louis Blues, even though it hasn't happened yet, and the season's still going, people have said on Twitter and many other comments as to say this could be the Blues' year to actually make it to the playoffs. So they're saying that, and who knows if it's going to happen, but they actually are saying that. And then tonight, we will have 2 games tonight, as we have on NBC Sportsnet and TSN, as we have the Detroit Red Wings going up against the New York Rangers. So that's going to be in Madison Square Garden. Everyone knows the Rangers' home ice is Madison Square Garden, which everyone likes. And the Maple Leafs will be going as the Battle of Canada goes on again. That will be on TSN, Toronto Sports Network. As Montreal, brain fart. See, that's how it works. Brain fart. Sometimes your brain works. Sometimes your brain wants to be stupid. Shut up. But as the Toronto Maple Leafs go into Winnipeg to face off against the Winnipeg Jets. So that is your NHL update. I am Cowboy Nick, and I'm going to go back and listen to Kyle because I know he's back there smirking, and I'm going to put it.
I am waiting to talk. Actually, I'm not smirking.
I know you too well. But back to you,
I am not even smirking at all. I can send you a screenshot of my face.
Please don't. That's just kind of scary.
Just well, you're scary enough in real life to begin with.
I am not scary.
Yeah, you are. You trying to be a clown is scary enough. Please.
I have been told I look like Tom. I have been told I am an exact lookalike of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, they are just trying to give you false hope for sure. But anywho, so that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for enjoying this episode of the Sports Review Show. And if you guys did enjoy the show, please drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Definitely helps my channel grow. And if you hit the bell notification, you can stay up to date with everything I do on my channel. So that means notification squad, fam. Okay, Nick, I did not need for you to do that, but okay. But anyway,
example of the bell so that everyone knows to hit the bell, and when you hit the bell, that's what you get a ding dong, and then you.
No, you do not get the ding dong. But anyways, guys, I'm Kyle the Pug, and for the dumbass here, Cowboy Nick.
Yeah, Cowboy Nick. No, I'm not a dumbass. I'm a very educated person. Kyle's just jealous, and we will be seeing you again on Friday. And don't forget to help Kyle by giving him money so that he can go to the taco truck.
Okay, that's enough, Cowboy, because we're literally out of time. I'm Kyle the Pug, and I will see you guys in the next video. So have a good day, and as always, stay safe. Peace!
You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making any sense, but I don't fucking care.